All right, we have rack pulls, so I'm gonna warm up with some cable pullovers or dumbbell pullovers, and then we'll go hit rack pulls. So we're gonna go heavy today. Try to shoot for like 6 to 7 plates. I'm amazed at how many people like message me and they're like, how do I look?
Really?
I don't know. I'm like, but do you think I could do a show? I'm like, I don't know, can you diet for 16 weeks? $15 weeks out this week. Feel pretty good. Still sitting at 233. When I get a little leaner, I'll start posting physique updates, but I feel like a water buffalo right now, so not yet. Okay. We're gonna go like 2, 4, 6, 7, maybe, in terms of plates per side. Gotta put my phone away. I always drop weights on it. This is my 4th phone. One more plate.
I'm straight off the flames, open the case. I'm burning the bodies, I don't know the names. I'm pissed off the church, I go with the bunch. They all in the basement, you don't need the search. They call me freak and the loser, fiend and the bruiser. My whole body itching, but I'm gonna fucking use up. Now I could use up, life is a gruesome. You want everybody, baby, come on, wanna see some.
Alright. I've never pulled 7 before, so I'll see if I can even move it. But yeah, we got 6 for 8, so we'll see. I'm strong. Gonna hit some PRs to this.
I represent all the bad motherfuckers from the dead. As I'm walking in the dungeon and the vision like a bat. It's a threat, make a sweat.
That's so heavy. That hurt my head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, 7.
Crazy. Jumping from 6 to 7. Ooh, I didn't sit down. That was not moving. I couldn't even get it to budge. Not even an inch. All right. 7 plates did not happen. All right, dumbbell row. Probably gonna go 125, 150. 125 will be my warm up. Now I'll try to do at least 2 working sets. really only supposed to do one working set and one back off set, but sometimes I'll just do 2 top sets if I felt like I could have got it for more than 6 or more than 8.
Inside your motherfucking mind, you got the X, watch him lift it up and just swing it from behind.
Who is he? That fucker a beast. Came with the fleet, knock you out your fleece. Cold summers, long winters if need be. Fuck the world, bitch, I'm balls deep. Demons around me, I'm drowning, I'm bleeding. Barobi is giving, I hope it gets go to the disease and they drink, but we all end up beating the opposition, opposite of the...
150 will always be 150.
In your life, and we multiplying alliance. You bite them, but I'm delighted. Welcome to hell, I'm your guidance.
Hold on, call on me. Diamond dancing, homie, running for office, offensive and lawless. Balls of the rawest and jaws of the newer lead. Fucked up in my set like ratchet with hatches while I'm catching nets. About bad shit like where to play. Got that guy with the lost car, 5150. Spaz screaming where to play, man. Play calm, stay palm. Pop a pill to the fucking pain. Gone slaying your chain flaunt. Same song. Change long, main race, come train, come
God damn it. Dying. Alright. Easy bar curls. 3 sets. 10 to 15. Oh shit.
The Santa and the dirty, nasty propaganda.
Okay, reverse grip, tricep push down, and then reverse pec deck. Then that's it. So tired.
What do you got next?
Pec deck, reverse. Miss some shoulders. Cause you know we hitting these bitches every day. Alright. I'm gonna hit reverse pec deck. Hit that rear delt. Most people grab it by the handles. I'm gonna grab it up here. Because I'm pulling, I can only hit rear delt. So that's the ticket. Sponsored ad by Elden Ring, and go see the new Batman and the Peach Monster.
Dang.
Turning you on to it right now. Yeah, he's one of our homies. He trains at our gym, so.
At your gym?
Yeah.
Where's your gym?
So I coach out of a gym. It's FTC. It's in West Jordan. Dad jokes. We done. All right, just wrapped up, mostly back day. Obviously we do the other upper body movements. So now I'm gonna go home, chill for a little bit, come back later. I'll hit 30 minutes of stair climber. I committed to doing stair climber this whole prep, so that's where I'm at. So anyway.
Q&A?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, that works.
Okay, so I did a Q&A yesterday on Instagram, and I'm just going to say a couple questions that I remember off the top of my head. The first one and the main one is what got me into bodybuilding. So basically, growing up, I was how I am now, but as a big child. So I got in trouble a lot, and my mom and dad, because I missed school so much, my mom would make me go to the gym with her before school from like 16 till 18, because I had to go to the school at 6 a.m. and make up my citizenship. So citizenship is if you have too many truancies or you're like disruptive in class, you have to make those up. So my mom made me go every day. So I got pretty into lifting, and then I played football, did wrestling, and with football, I like, if you had asked me 5 years ago if I was good, I would have told you I was amazing. But now at my age, I can tell you I sucked ass. I'm just super athletic. Like, I can run, jump, lift heavy, but I have zero coordination or zero athleticism, so I can't quantify it into anything. So I ended up just liking football because of lifting. And then, yeah, after I lifted for a couple years, and then when I was 20, my first year of marriage, I was in pretty good shape, and all of a sudden I just had a bunch of mental health stuff happen, and I fell completely off, and I got super fat. Like, I was 270, and I hadn't lifted in 2 years. I was drinking like 2 liters of soda a day. I was eating whatever I wanted. Like, all my friends were like, "You're a fat ass," like straight up. And I remember, fast forward, I was living in my house now, and this is 2020, so how old was I? Was it 2020, 2019? So it was like 3 years ago. So I was like 22, 21, and I was walking in my house, and I walked past a huge mirror, and I was like, and I had my shirt off, and I was like, holy shit. I was like, that is not me. I was like, I look horrible. And I called Nikki, and I was like, telling her, like, I just don't feel good. And then that night I played Xbox with 2 of my best friends, my buddy Alex and Mac. And my buddy Mac we got in a heated argument, and he just called me a fat ass. And the next day I was like, F it, like, I want to be a pro bodybuilder. So I went to Bronson Butler and asked him to coach me, and he got me in really good shape and helped win me my first 2 overalls, and only 2 overalls at this point. But yeah, so I went from that to winning 2 overalls in my first show. So that's kind of how I got into bodybuilding. So kind of crazy. And then another question that I remembered was kind of like what motivates me and like keeps me disciplined. And I'd have to say just like my wife, because I do coach full time and I train full time. So if I'm in better shape, that's a better reflection of me, you know. And if I put a lot of energy into coaching and being an athlete, that's more exposure, and that just essentially puts more money back into my pocket so I can provide a good life for my family. So it's really easy to stay motivated when you have a wife who supports you and says, like, you should go after this. Like, you're not going to take it for granted. You're not going to take days off. You're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to be lazy today because this is like my 9 to 5. Like, I'm not going to go take a day off at work. So why would I take a day off at the gym? So I train 5 days a week, just like most people work 5 days a week. And then I coach every day on top of that. So it's a lot of time and energy, but like, I'm a huge Kobe Bryant fan, like a huge Michael Jordan fan. like Tim Grover's the winner. He just talks about like what it takes. And honestly, like I always tell people, discipline is what's left over when the motivation runs out. So I'm not a very motivated person, I'm a very disciplined person. So that's what I would say in terms of that. And then another question that was asked was how many sets, or how long of a rest, or how long should my rest periods be in between sets? And typically I would say like 60 to 90 seconds for your like auxiliary movements. And then if you're doing like heavy movements, so any of your big compound movements or anything where you're doing those heavy working sets, I would probably do anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes, just depending on what you're doing. Like today we did rack pulls, and I'm not going to be able to jump into a set after 60 seconds. So I would just use that kind of, just keep yourself in check. You know, like if you're not sweating and you're getting through your lifts pretty easily, you're probably taking too long of rest periods. Someone else asked, what's the hardest part of prep? And I'd probably have to say the social aspect, because I'm a really social person, and your friends and family don't invite you to as much stuff when you're prepping, because I think they just assume you're gonna be like, oh no, sorry, I can't go because I can't eat. But like, I've been consistently dieting for 3 years now, no missed meals, not a whole bunch of cheats. And I would be fine going to any event. Like I'll pack my food, you know, or I'll plan around it. And I'd say that's probably the hardest part, is just like missing out on a lot. Last year, I prepped through both of my wife's and my own birthday, Thanksgiving, Easter. I prepped through every holiday except for Christmas. So that was the only holiday I wasn't on prep for last year. And even our anniversary, and I'd say that's hard. But again, this goes back to my original statement, like having a wife that supports you makes it a lot easier, because like you at least have someone in your corner at all times, you know. And bodybuilding is a lonely sport, you know. You suffer alone, you eat alone, you work alone. So having good people in your corner, that really helps with a lot of that. So someone asked me, what is my favorite cheat meal food? I really like cookies and food like that. Typically I get burgers when I do have cheat meal. I'll go to Five Guys, that's kind of my go-to. I'll get like 2 bacon cheeseburgers and a large fry, put all that shit down. So that's usually what I eat. But I am a huge sweets person. My homie Daniela, she makes these brownies that are to die for. Next question. Who do you play Elden Ring with? I play with my boy Alan. He's the man behind the lens. Shit's gas. You all need to get Elden. What are some tips to improve work ethic and self-discipline? One thing that I like to tell people is remove temptation. If you know that there's a certain food in your house, or we're all good at kind of recognizing what our struggling points are, and just remove that from the situation. You know, like say you're really struggling to wake up and do fasted cardio, then sleep in your gym clothes, have your shoes ready so you can hop up, get out of bed. Say you really suck at following a diet plan, like throw away all your shitty food. Like we don't carry any trash food at our house, as annoying as that is for my wife. But like I have to remove temptation, because I'm a binger. If I eat one thing, I'll eat the whole, like everything. Like I can't have one Oreo, I have to have like 2 whole packs of Oreos. So that's what I would say, is just setting yourself up for success. Someone asked, how far can all natty go in the world of bodybuilding? Depending on your genetics, I think there are people out there that can turn pro naturally. You look at Keon Pearson, Ronnie Coleman. There's definitely some crazy people out there who turn pro. But also, look at who I said, Ronnie Coleman, Keon Pearson. So take that as you will. What are some of my goals in life outside of bodybuilding? I don't know. My life is pretty much all bodybuilding. I really want to rent out my house currently and move out of state, and be able to keep renting my house, and yeah, just be like really in a good financial position. Like, I think financial stability and being able to live like comfortably is like my biggest goal, you know. Just because kind of how I grew up, like had a lot of shitty stuff happen. I'll get into that in like later videos, but financial stability and just giving my kids that I don't even have yet a good life. So I really want to have a swimming pool someday. So stupid shit like that, but hey, but yeah, so those are just a couple. I have a bunch more, but I'll do a full Q&A video next week, and maybe I'll do an update on my eating and what foods I'm eating right now. But yeah, so that's just a little more about me. So people that only just follow me on Instagram and don't actually know me in real life, that is a little behind the scenes. So anyway, I'll see you peeps next week.